So you've decided something within you has crossed a line. You can't really unknow anymore. Maybe it's been building quietly for a long time, this pull towards witchcraft, toward something deeper, older, more real than the surface life you've been living. And so now you're thinking, okay, but where do I actually start without getting this wrong? Because if you've already looked, you'll know what happens next. You'll find everything: spells, herbs, crystals, moon phases, deities, shadow work, tarot, systems, entire traditions. And instead of feeling clearer about things, you're going to feel like you're just drowning in it. And here's what most people just don't realize: you don't fail at witchcraft because you're not ready. People fail because no one ever gives them a clear container that is strong enough to begin inside of. So today, I'm not going to give you everything. I'm going to give you something far more important, a beginning you can actually hold, return to for 7 days, one practice each day. And I want to say this quite clearly from the start. This will show you what it feels like to actually begin, to begin easily. And it'll also show you something else and where you'll fall off if you keep just piecing bits and pieces together. So this is your first 7 days of witchcraft. Very simple, very easy, but I want you to understand something that most beginners actually miss. Starting is not the same as sustaining your practice. Most people can begin, but very few know how to keep going without some kind of structure. So as you move through the next 7 days, I want you to notice not just what you feel, but what you don't yet know to actually hold on your own and what you need help with. Because that's where the real training begins, knowing what it is that you need. My name is Sandra. I've been on the witchcraft path for over 35 years now. I'm the author of Crafting Your Wiccan Path, and I help people who are trying to start a practice or deepen a practice integrate magic confidently into their everyday lives with ease, with connection, with a sense of purpose and a sense of meaning. And I've created a grounded system to help people to practice witchcraft, to work with the inner and the outer aspects of the craft. And really simple practices is where you need to begin. Make it simple. Now, most witchcraft content teaches you what to do. Great. But very few people actually teach you how to begin in a way that doesn't collapse after the first week. Because let's face it, it's tough keeping things consistent. So this 7-day process is not about learning witchcraft. It's about discovering whether you can actually hold a practice at all. So let's begin. Day number 1. It's not about aesthetics. It's about identity. Find one small place, a shelf, a corner, a little table, and clear it. Not to make it pretty, but to make it intentional. Because the moment you claim space for your practice, things start to change. Something in you starts negotiating with your old identity. And you say to yourself, am I really doing this? And what I want you to notice is your reaction. Is there any resistance to claiming a space for your practice? And place an object there. It could be a candle, it could be a crystal, it could be anything. And that placement of that object on your altar or in the corner of your room or somewhere that's going to be your little sacred space is a declaration of your path, of your craft, of you taking that action. Doesn't have to be elaborate. You're just claiming your space and saying, this is my sacred witchcraft space. Corner of a room, a desktop, a drawer even. Doesn't have to be a huge space. It can just be a small space. Now we're going to return to your body and we're going to strip away everything external. No tools, no symbols, just you. Because you are the magic. So go to your space and sit there or stand there and just breathe. And as you do that, just notice this. Most beginners try to reach for magic, okay, outside the body. But witchcraft actually begins inside the body. So because if you can't stay present in yourself, you're not going to be able to hold the energy, the intention, or the practice in a consistent way. And this is where most people unknowingly begin to just drift away. Not because they're failing, but because they were never taught how to stay in their practice. So go to your space, sit there, stand there, and just feel what it's like to be in this space and what you feel internally. What am I feeling right now? Created this space. What am I experiencing? What does the energy of that space feel like? Does it feel good? Does it feel cluttered? Does it feel icky? What does it feel like? Now on day 3, do not choose a path. Notice what's already choosing you, what you feel drawn to from your heart chakra. Something's been pulling you here to the craft, right? It could be a theme, it could be a deity like Hecate, it could be a feeling, there could be a fascination with witchcraft. Follow that. But just be aware that most beginners don't have clarity problems. They have commitment avoidance, disguised as research. And today is not about deciding. It's about noticing what's keeping you circling round and round and round, because that is the real entry point into your practice. So why are you here? What's drawing you? You can grab your journal, or if you don't have a journal, a piece of paper, and handwrite what's drawing you to the craft. What aspects of the craft are you interested in? You don't have to follow them up today. You don't have to decide today. Just write them down so that you become clear about what's drawing you to this practice in the first place. So day number 4, you're not going to cast a spell today. You're crossing a line. Write one intention, something you want, not a list, one sentence. What is it you want to achieve today? And as you write it, notice what happens inside of you. Because this is where something really important begins. You realize this isn't symbolic anymore. It's participatory. And that shift from observing witchcraft and engaging it is where most people either deepen their practice or completely disappear from the practice. Witchcraft is about learning about yourself. It's about connecting with what you want to do and who you want to be in your life. So when you write down an intention of what you want to achieve, this starts to become real, because magic is about creating change in accordance with will. And so you have to be clear about what you're wanting to change first before you can actually do any changing. So write down your intention and sit with it. Imagine what the outcome would be if you achieved what your intention is. So if it's just a daily intention, it could be just to finish a project. What's that project going to look like when it's finished? How are you going to feel when it's finished? And just tap into your connection of how you feel with your intention, because that's where magic begins. So day number 5, go outside. But don't turn this into another task, okay? Instead, I want you to notice something. You're part of a living system that you didn't actually create. So pick something up from nature. It could be some feathers, like I've got some feathers here. It could be a rock, a stone, it could be anything. And just don't interpret it. Just connect with it, like you're being in a relationship with it. Because witchcraft isn't about belief. It's about relationship. And most beginners have been trying to think their way into something that can only be felt. And that's why you have to take the craft slowly. You can't just get all these skills all at once. You can't just learn something and then go on to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. You've got to practice that thing for at least a month before you can go on to the next thing, so that you're really embodying it and you're really experiencing it. Because that's the power. The power's in the experience. It's not in the knowledge. Day 6, go look up the moon phase, but don't treat it like information. Treat it like orientation. Because whether you realize it or not, your energy already moves in cycles. Your attention already waxes and wanes. Your emotional life is already following a rhythm. And the moon just simply gives you a mirror to that. And when you start noticing that rhythm, something subtle happens. You stop forcing yourself in straight lines, and that changes everything. You can even go so far as to discover what constellation or zodiac sign the moon is in that day. That can also give you information about emotion and feeling and connection to the energy that's around you. Day number 7. This is the threshold. Go back to your sacred space, stand there and say, I am a witch. But I want you to pay attention to what actually happens immediately after you say that. Because for most people, something in them resists. It might not be extreme and it's not external. It's actually internal. There could be doubt. There could be embarrassment, shame, a sense of distance. And this is exactly where most people feel something actually shift inside them. Not because they're doing it wrong, but because they've just discovered something really important. Starting witchcraft is not the hard part. The hard part is what comes immediately after you start. When you realize you don't just have a way to continue without overwhelm or confusion or second guessing yourself, that there's more to it, there's more to learn. And that's why I created a free masterclass called Start Your Witchcraft Practice Without Overwhelm. It shows you how to move from the exact beginning and starting with the wrong thing into a clear, grounded practice that doesn't collapse after the first spark. And you can access it by clicking the link below this video, or you can also find it on my website, mysterywitchschool.com. Now, when you say, I am a witch, and you feel something, it's a sign that you're on the edge of your current identity. And what you do after that then determines whether you stay a beginner or something real begins to form. When you say, I am a witch, there may be conflict there. Part of you feels powerful, part of you feels like you're home, and another part of you may be resisting it. That's okay. That's normal for a lot of people. And here's the point where most people actually stop, not because they lose interest, but because they don't know what to do next. There's no structure to their practice. There's no system. There's no progression. It's like, here I am now. What do I do next? There's no containment for their practice once it stops being new. So what happens? People drift. They go back to their theory. They go back to consumption of information, wanting to learn more, know more, because something's missing. And they start over again. And if something inside you is realizing that this wasn't just about starting, but actually about learning how to continue without falling into overwhelm or confusion, then I want to show you what actually comes next, because most people don't struggle with beginning witchcraft. Most people will start with a spell. They struggle with what happens after the beginning, after you do your first spell. So the questions start to stack up then, and the information starts to become very scattered. And what may have felt intuitive starts to feel uncertain again. And that's exactly why I built the Mystery Witch School 101 Academy. It's my foundational course for beginners who don't want to explore witchcraft. They actually want to live it. They want to build a grounded, stable practice that they can trust themselves in, that they can turn up for every day. We go through real foundational steps. The elements, ritual, moon, grounding, energy work, tools, Sabbaths, deity work, and the inner structure that holds everything together so that you're not constantly guessing or trying to start over. And this isn't about giving you more information. Oh, no, no, no. This is about giving you exercises and a structured path that you do every day that removes the overwhelm and replaces it with clarity and progression, and you actually build your skills because you're doing them every day. So if you're ready for a witchcraft practice and not just witchcraft information, do have a look at the Mystery Witch School 101 Academy, link in the description field below this video, and you can also find it on my website, mysterywitchschool.com. Now, before you go, tell me in the comments which day resonated with you the most, and more importantly, which moment made you realize that this is actually more than you thought it was. Now, I read every comment, so do put your comments in. And if you know somebody who is standing at the threshold of this witchcraft path, then send this video to them, because most people don't need more information. Seriously, they need a way to actually begin. So if you like the video, hit the like button, share it with your friends, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Blessed be.